826. How many of these, Brian, did you say have been ordered? Over 4,000 of these have been ordered this garden season already. You have to remember our garden season just started a couple weeks ago. So these have already been very popular. Was it only a week?
We came here on the 22nd.
Is that right?
Correct.
Only a week ago.
Yep.
Why does it feel so much longer? I don't know.
Because we're always here.
And I'm
we're
right
at our
there
favorite
with you.
Place. Yeah.
So tell me about these violas. I feel like, and you might be the same, I feel like, Derek, I could go to any garden store, construction store, hardware store, and buy a flower that looks like this. Why are these special?
You are very correct.
Am
you
I?
could buy a flower that looks just like this.
Yes.
Actually, it wouldn't look just like it. We love violas. They produce flowers for a big, long time in the summertime. We don't love that they're annuals. That means they die after 1 year, or actually not even a full year, just, you know, the growing season.
Yeah.
But we love them because they're cheap, and you know, you got to put the work in every year. You got to put the money in every year. You know, you got to get in the car, drive to the store, buy the whole flat, drive it home, dig the hole, you know, the whole thing, right? Chalk out the money. These are something special because these are the viola that you love, but without all the back-breaking, cost-breaking, effects, because these are perennial, winter-hardy violas. What that means is you're going to pay and plant one time in your life, and they're going to come back year after year. I mean, this is a serious innovation in the garden industry to have something that traditionally could only live for less than a year, now coming back every year.
And these are hardy zones 4 through 10.
Correct.
Wow.
They're winter hardy to -20 below zero.
Wow.
And you know what I love about these is, you know, they come back every year, but you can see these are big viola flowers. They're not the tiny little dinky ones that you see.
They look like
at
baby
the stores.
pansies.
Exactly, they do. Now, what I like is that you're going to get a whole melange of color in this collection. There's not like, you know, you're getting white, purple. No, you're going to get all tons of colors in these 3 pots.
Great.
Because there's multiple plants in each one.
Okay.
And you can see the spread that they do. Now, these are just like your favorite, you know, annual violas, in that they produce tons of flowers all season long, but they're going to produce those flowers with a much more heat tolerance, because, you know, a lot of times we notice violas in the hot heat of the summer, they kind of start to droop and wilt. These don't do that.
Great.
They're stronger, they're more sturdy in that regard. They can handle colder temperatures at all that are cold. And the flowers are a bit bigger than your traditional viola.
There you can see. So within each pot, you're going to have different colors. Like this one happens to have the orange and the white.
Yeah, whereas this one you have a yellow.
Like more of the yellow and the white with a little bit of more of the darker
then here's
color
a
in the
purple.
center, right? So look at this collection. And then does one plant bloom like this? Is that this
so this
what
is going to be
expect?
This is going to be first season growth.
Really?
From one plant. And you know, they're going to get a little bit bigger the next year.
Yes.
Kind of max out, you know, about this size.
Yeah. So like a nice mound of flowers.
Yeah.
And they don't get too tall, right? They stay kind of nice and compact. Do they look good in the ground, or is this a particular flower that you think looks best in containers?
Well, we just saw it in a container, and now we're seeing it in the ground. I love both.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, if you want to do something like, you know, a little window box there, that would be about 2 plants for the first year.
Okay.
So the thing about violas are, we're used to buying a lot, you know, like a whole flat worth, what's that, like 21 or 24 pieces. But those varieties, they usually don't expand very much, and, you know, we know they're going to die. Here, we're only giving you 3, but with a couple sets, you could easily fill out the same amount of space that you would get with 1 flat, and then never do it again in your life.
Yeah, that's what's key here, because you might look at these and think, well, gosh, you know, I've seen those before. Aren't those annuals? I don't want to spend 20 bucks over and over and over again. You don't have to, because these now, again, that's what Roberta's does. Roberta's brings you varieties of your favorite flowers, but also understands what's the downside of what you're buying in the kind of, you know, the hardware stores or the local garden centers. You love the violas, but you're always treating them as annuals, so you're always spending money on them. How about we find a variety that can be a perennial that is hardy to -20, did you say?
Correct, yes, that's right.
And now you can look forward to them coming back year after year.
Yes. Now,
do they need full sun?
They like a part day to full day sun.
Okay.
And, you know, here's a testament to their winter hardy quality, because that is actually in the Swiss Alps.
Wow.
It's super cold in the wintertime. There's my brother a few years ago. I don't know what his eyes look closed, but you know, anyway, They grow everywhere. They grow everywhere. And if you
Right.
want to do like a little rock garden like that, or here, it's hard to tell if it's in a container or a bed. But the idea is they're very versatile, you know, because they're only going to get around 5.5 to 6 inches tall. You're going to have all sorts of kind of colors. Look at it, that's like a blanket of color. And that's why we love violas, because they
Yes.
do that. These winter hardy varieties do that too.
They're happy, they're colorful, they're pretty. Great price point here at under $20. Remember, you're going to get 3 of these, but within each of the containers, you're going to have a couple of different colors. So I don't know what your mix will be, but if you're looking at how they're planted up here and you're like, oh gosh, I love that combination of color,
Yeah.
you're going to be getting those combinations of colors
right.
in the pots that you receive, and they're fragrant. Let's not forget
They are fragrant.
that they really,
violas.
for such
Yes.
small flowers,
Thank you, because
smell
that is
so
a big
good.
point. Violas are not usually fragrant.
Yes.
That is a big point. And I want to say they're fragrant and edible. I mean, this is for all violas, but you know, something that my daughter and I like to do is go out into the garden and pick them and put them on our food. Even if it normally wouldn't put an edible flower, just because it's
Yes,
fun to eat a flower.
right,
You know?
yeah.
And you can do all sorts of things like that, like put it into a salad, put it on a
Yep.
cake. You can mix them
Pretty
in a
on a
drink.
cake, yep.
You know, there's so many options with this plant. It is extremely versatile.
So these are M61826. This is a 3-piece. You're going to be getting 3 pots. It's our Fragrant Penny Series viola. Key difference here than what you're used to seeing in your garden centers, this is now a perennial. This is coming back year after year after year. This is cold hardy down to minus 20 degrees. They can go in a container, they can go in the ground, whatever works best for you. You will have a nice plethora of blooms this summer.
Yeah, and
right?
now one plant, you're getting 3 of these. One plant will grow into this size
It's great.
this first year, which, here, let me tilt it a little
Love
bit.
it.
And the next year will grow a little bit bigger. Now, once they're maxed out in space, you know, right now is not gardening planting season, it's gardening
Sure.
planning season.
Yeah.
And if you think about, you know, what kind of space do you have, or where do you normally put your violas, now you can kind of estimate, because these are definitely heftier than the ones that you'd get at the big box stores.
Yeah.
I mean, the apartment complex that I live in, every spring I see them. They have their employees, you know, digging holes, like hundreds of holes for violas.
Yes.
Because they look awesome, but I mean, that's like hours of work.
a lot
and
of
I'm
work.
Just thinking, why would, you know, do it once.
Once.
Do it once.
Twice,
Yeah.
3 times, and then you're done, right? And then you're done. So are these nice to underplant for taller things?
They very-
like what would
very
you
much
what would you
so.
plant taller if you wanted to do this?
Daylilies.
Okay.
I would interplant with strawberries. That's really cool.
Ooh, that's nice.
A really nice little look there. You could also do something like gladiolas, because that's more of an architectural vertical
Yes.
shape, and then here's more low to the ground.
Pretty.
There's a lot of things you can do, because this does take care of like the lower level.
Like the lower tier,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Stay on the line for the violas, everybody. M61826, several hundred of those have been requested, so do stay on the line there. We started the show eating with tomatoes and our caprese salad selection with basil and tomato plants. We're gonna eat some more with strawberries coming up.